What's your problem with that though?
That's what I think about when I think of.
Cut it.
Why did you feel the need to say that?
You don't know what this person is going through.
But he has to know.
Okay,
The outdoor Mexican.
Okay.
That's such a funny story that you remind me of. Now we bought it.
Alright, so the question of the day is, should the female have the final say when deciding whether or not to have an abortion?
In unison,
Yes.
yes.
No! I mean,
So I believe that the guy should be aware of it. Like, we can have the discussion, but at the end of the day, it don't matter because the choice is still mine.
I mean, we could sugarcoat the shit all day. Like, as much as you have
An
a
opinion.
man has a part in playing of like this life, and you should have a say. Realistically, it's the woman who got to carry it for 9 months. It's the woman who has to want to carry it for 9 months. It's the woman who has to go through hormone changes, body changes, or whatever. So as much as we could sugarcoat shit, the women have the final say.
I wasn't even going that far. I was
But-
about to say
It's
you
the
can take
woman
me
that
to the
the legal
doctor and let
system
them pull our
favors.
vibe out.
No.
It's the woman.
Now,
But,
what I would say to that is, right, y'all have the final say on abortion, right? But there should be a rule that, like, if the dude don't want to take care of the child, you should be able to, like, take that to court and say, well, she decides that she wants to have this child.
Oh, yeah,
and
no, we can
I
get
should
into
not
that.
have to be involved in the situation. So
We
that
can
way you can't come
definitely
back
get
later and
into
say,
that.
like, well, she decided against it. I didn't want it. Well, I'm still going to sue you. Well, not sue you, but take you to court for money. And I'm like, well, I had this
mean,
conversation from before.
You could possibly, if you get some lawyers to draw up some contracts when that happen, I know how it's going to play out. See if
But
that
I
can
mean,
work.
I feel like that's such an extended process where
It
it should be
ain't
just
gonna
a
work.
general. Like, I don't feel like that's a general thing that happens in like life.
But
Like,
then at the same time, when you're having sex, do you not have conversations with your partner about this before y'all?
yes, you do. And sometimes
During
your
sex,
partner
you're
might
like-
decide.
Accidents happen,
Sometimes you-
Ashley.
What?
I know, but you still have like hypothetical. No, only me do that.
I already had this conversation before. Say, I asked you how you feel about abortion beforehand. But
Yeah.
what if after that happened, you get pregnant and you realize
Her
I
mind
want to be a
is-
mother, and I'd be like,
Yes.
my mind ain't changed, but now it's like,
Because it's different for women, right? Because like if you ask them about it, they ain't in the shoes. Like it's easy to say one thing, but then when it happened to you, it's a completely
I
different
agree.
story.
I just thought in my view that if we had this conversation, regardless, it was done.
I'd hope it always work like that. Like, I'd hope.
I hope so too.
I'd always
For
hope
my
where-
sake, I hope
I'd
so
hope
too.
a lot
Always
of
work like
times,
that.
I'd hope where we say one thing, and when it comes time, we still agree with that, but people's mind is changed over time. You'd be like, oh, so now your whole perception not change.
No, but like Wade
People
said,
are
you in it,
allowed.
so you feel different when you're in it.
People are allowed to change their minds.
Yes.
Like today, I definitely know I don't want kids. That don't mean 5 years later or 2 years
And
later.
I don't disagree
to
with
change
that.
my mind not want
The
a kid.
problem, and the problem is, right? What if I didn't change? What if the person who don't want the child didn't change their mind? And that like say in this situation, that's the guy. It's like, well, I don't want the child. Well, I still gonna have the child. Then what usually happens is, let's say you decide to continue
There's
with
a
the child.
resentment.
We don't want to be together, or whatever that argument is. I don't like. I make this explicitly clear in this scenario. I don't want to take care of the child. I ain't about that.
And then
Okay,
you
then
take you to
forget
court,
you.
yeah,
Then
the
you then
child
afterwards,
support, yeah.
shit, the child I realize I on hard times. A friend say, but take them on the court, but you don't take care of his child. Then you take me to court and it's like, but we
Child
had this
support for a
discussion
child that
before.
you
And it's
don't
like,
want.
and Logan be like, but I don't care. You are a child. I'm like, bro, what?
But then, like, what's your discussion? Is it just that if it is that you get pregnant now, you have an abortion, or do you want kids in your future? Do you see this yourself with this person long term? Do you want to have kids
important
with
too.
this person? Because I mean, okay, if you hooking up with somebody and they get pregnant, then right now I can see, well, yeah, I don't want that. But if you and this person in a relationship and your stance is I don't want kids full stop, then you have to know, well, okay, then I can't be in a relationship with this person because at one point in time I do want kids. So it's just you kind of have to figure out, is my conversation, do I want to have, are we not having kids for right now, or are we not having kids ever, or if you miss and get pregnant, how are we dealing with that kind
He's
of?
stuck on that one.
Yeah, I feel that's everything before.
Yeah, I feel like it depends on like what that relationship is. Like if it's just
And
someone
that's why I
that
said there
you're
has to be some
hooking
type
up
of
with, if this is
conversation
your-
of some
your
sort.
partner,
I mean, if it's a situationship and you're pregnant,
I'm pretty sure both sides to be like,
Okay, if we could take away the cancel culture and PC culture,
Trap that.
y'all feel like
You
y'all
don't
might
want
get
that.
Trap that.
trouble
You
for
don't want
saying
that.
y'all actual answers.
You know,
Well, how y'all feel about abortion?
But I just say different.
Wait,
No.
Wait, there's nothing. There's nothing I can do, bro. There's literally nothing that you can do.
So if you
legally.
no,
Really
okay,
vile
I want your feelings. I want your
Criminal
feelings that
activity.
even though yes, a woman has the final say, how would you? I mean, of course, this might be a simple answer, but I'm sure y'all are gonna get upset if it was a baby that y'all wanted, but she aborted it. Like I'm asking for y'all.
Yeah, I beat mom, but
Yeah.
I still can't do nothing. I'm like, what are you gonna do? Hold her down and
Exactly.
hold her down for 9 months and
Give
give
her
her
nutrients.
give her nutrients. And
Would you
make
end the
up child?
relationship?
What?
Would you end the relationship?
I probably like might be deeply hurt by that. Yeah.
You
Nah.
probably resent
Like if
her
she
though.
like, what if it's like, is it a scenario
Stephanie
where
is
she
partying.
don't? Is it a scenario where I'm? Is it a scenario
Wait,
where she doesn't?
What are you saying?
You're partying. You're doing well.
Like
Damn.
you're generating quality content. But I was saying like, it depends on like this the terms of the. See, I even lost my train of thought. Like the depends on what he's going with, like the scenario. Like, fuck, I can't think of. what we
Okay,
thought
okay,
about.
okay.
Would you
If
end
we-
the relationship
Yeah.
if she?
It depends if
Aborted.
like that scenario was like we plan to not have children ever. Like
It
what if she
depends.
never wants to have children? I was gonna say.
It depends. She going behind my back and had an abortion. It depends.
Oh,
No,
that's what I
G.
questioned.
No, G.
So
It
since
don't
you're saying
depend.
it depends.
Yeah, she said if she killed the baby,
But I'm telling you.
what is that behind your back, bro?
And you wanted it? Oh, I
you
didn't,
wanted
I
it,
didn't, oh, I didn't end up. I know
Yes.
I know she just said she would get rid of the baby. And
Yes.
You wanted it. I know that's what it was.
bro. I ain't
if
giving
you
you a
want-
next
if
baby.
you
You
did
killed the
want
first
it.
one. No way. Women out there be having miscarriages. You ungrateful.
Okay. So I have a question since you feel so strongly about that.
And I'm not proposing twice. Let's just throw that out there. Anyway, let's go.
So how would you feel if you were married, you and your wife, say maybe y'all already have children, and she decided to have an abortion, and she tells you after the fact? How
Fight
would you
her.
feel? Whoa!
Hey, I feeling
her.
that German
Fight
suplex.
her. Listen, she does. She may have the final say.
A question.
She may have the final say, but he has to know. He is the
And this is what I'm
father.
saying. This goes
And
back
he-
into our accountability thing. Women don't take accountability.
No,
Just
first
because we have
Yes.
the final say
doesn't mean that he's not supposed to have a say. He does have to have a say.
everything
We need to
that
know
the woman
what you
does
want.
isn't by God. Okay, like I hate this whole mindset of
Fight the
what
girl.
the women
Bang
say.
she. Kidding.
Comedy style.
Get ready
It's
to throw on
jokes.
the gloves because that's what we're doing.
Everyone strongly against.
No, I feel like this is you're talking about you're in a like this is your wife or your partner.
wife,
How
your
can you
partner.
not have a conversation about it with this person? Like
So final say. Why do I need to have a conversation about it?
Like this
I'm the
some
woman. I
sneaky
say we're
shit.
having a baby,
Wait,
so
all
I
I'm saying
abort it.
is, right? In terms of this
even
scenario,
if it's your decision at the end of the day, two people made this person. We are in a committed relationship.
But it's my decision.
You playing devil's
You
advocate,
played
right?
the- I know you're
Yes.
playing. I know it's your decision at the end of the day, but you still have a partner who you possibly live with
Sloppy
and have to
talking.
make general life decisions.
But this
about.
ain't nothing to do with you. I have the final say.
Okay, we get the devil's advocate part right
Wait,
now.
while I
Like,
say
No.
this-
I know. I'm trying to explain to you how it works. Even if I have a conversation with you and you're opposed to it, if I say it gone, it gone.
I want you to understand. Like I just want you to know, like again,
The
I like to show
same
you the
way-
opposite position to me. It'd be like, but if I's the one who's make all the money in the house, I literally pay all the bills. If I tell you I can do something in this house, I don't give a damn what you have to say. But I'd be like, boy, it don't matter.
Like the
It
same
don't
way,
matter.
I ain't gonna lie, that ain't gonna end well, bro. It gone and gone. The same way the baby is gone, the relationship is gone, the family that you have is gone, the house is gone,
Agreed.
the finances is gone, everything is gone because you're unwilling to compromise on nothing. Like
Agreed.
you might as well have a relationship with your damn
See,
self.
and I can play devil's advocate again because you can say, "Oh, why would I
You don't gotta
compromise
say it,
on a
just die on
baby?
the hill.
Why would I compromise on a baby? Why do I have to compromise my life just because you want this baby, but I don't? I have to compromise me being a mother. I have to compromise this child growing up damaged
Because
you
of relationship.
want
That's a
to
different
compromise.
argument
I feel like
that
the
you
problem is-
telling me that it's different from you aborting it without saying anything.
Like you just gotta say something, you
Right.
know. Like I'm going to the abortion clinic today or something.
Yeah.
Like just
Right,
like, say
God.
that. That's what
You
we
remember
gotta
that
say.
baby that I've been pregnant with for 4 months? I'm going to go to the abortion
Like
clinic
that's all
and
we
kill
say.
that.
You know.
Like-
Then my thing is, bro. I was gonna tell you like I don't know how to say it, but like I remember a joke like that was like, babe, you know, it's a real woman. Like you know, she's a real woman. She just like do it and don't tell you.
Yeah.
Like, she just bring back the
Yeah.
receipt. Like, oh yeah, I had an abortion. Like, oh okay.
Stop up,
Yeah.
bro.
Like, he's like, oh you done. But I know, say like that's a whole different scenario. You might be in love, but I mean, like I feel like it depends on the situation. What if like she could clearly see I'm down and out bad, or we going through a lot right now. There's a lot of things going on. One of our other children is in the hospital dying. We have to pay these bills. Certain shit is happening. Like it's a whole scenario I can imagine. No, I'm saying like imagine this is a scenario when she decides I'm gonna get the abortion, and she just come back and say it, and I'd be like, okay, I understand why you did that. Like, it'd be like, oh, she just got the abortion because she understand. Like, but there's nothing we could do. There was nothing we could do.
So, if the woman gets an abortion, relationship over. That's what y'all saying. Point blank. Period. I'm asking.
No.
You said
Not
it
her
just
getting
depends on
an
the
abortion. An
situation.
abortion behind my back.
I
That
feel
is
like if
a-
she
just
does that, there's some clearly deeper rooted problems
yeah.
going on.
It's
If
like
she
what
feel
else she could
couldn't
do?
Just at least
Yeah, it's
tell
like
me.
she
I feel
probably
there's
been
something
stealing
going
money
on.
out of her joint bank account.
Isn't
and
this
putting it in a trust
communication?
fund.
Like this would be
Well,
almost like
so-
a communication. Like so you
It
just
pretty much
I showed her
is.
something you could say. Like you could just tell me that. That's the whole important part. It ain't
Ain't
you the
nothing
action. It's the fact that you didn't say nothing.
It's like I'm pregnant. How we dealing with it? Like literally, that's all it is.
If
how
she
we
could get
dealing
an
with it.
abortion behind my
Like-
back, she could kill. That's how I feel.
Like you can come. Like you can literally come to me and say, "But I
Well,
am
she
pregnant.
kinda
I want to
already
have
did.
abortion. I think I'm going to do it." I'd be like, "Okay." Like at least you said something. I rather
give
don't
me
just
your
come back
opinion of
after
it.
the fact and say, "Well, I want you to know in advance. Like 2 weeks ago, I got that abortion that I didn't tell you." But like, that was just how your week went.
I mean, I'm glad that you guys are being so
Focal.
sensible, but it's like I want some real like feelings here.
What?
It's
To
like,
be
oh, what can I
What
do?
feelings, Tabitha? You want us to get
sensible about?
canceled? These are my genuine takes.
Because I feel like it's
I'm a
all,
normal
I
person.
can't do it. I mean, I know you guys can't do anything, but I feel like it's just about whatever. She could do it, whatever. But it's like, I'm sure if y'all want to keep a baby and she goes and abort it, y'all are gonna be furious. So I wanna hear more about that rather than nothing I can do. She can
Tabi,
just
let
abort
me
the
show you
baby.
something, boy. Like with this hypersensitive like society we living in, I could leave that woman alone and have a baby with her next woman.
I was just gonna say
Like,
breed off the
why would
next one.
why would I fight with her if I could just cut that off? I could get what I looking for somewhere else.
To give you the energy you want, I could definitely be mad. But what else can I can be mad? I type it. The guys get extremely angry. Like, it doesn't make no sense. But
And then
I
what?
hate
Catch a
being
case?
angry.
But what
And then
what
catch
I'm
a
really
case.
doing for you-
Now what?
Personally, I don't make decisions when I'm angry. I sit down and be like, I am too furious, and I know I can feel this exact same way in 3 days.
Yeah.
Let me make the same decision I can try again in 3 days.
Yeah.
In 3 days, I'm like, I can see this much clearer. That don't make no. What I can do? She get pregnant, I can kill you now. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
Now I gotta
yeah,
sit in
yeah.
jail. I be like, wait, what? I rather just leave you and find our next guy, because I promise you, a next guy won't have a baby. It's a bunch of guys who won't have a baby.
Or not have a baby.
I could be mad.
Yeah.
Like, what you want me to do? Like, I don't understand. What is the response you want to hear?
No,
Baby's pretty hot in the streets right
that
now.
your responses were wrong. I just feel like it wasn't. I just wanted some more emotion behind it because it's more of, oh, I just can't do anything about it. Let's just move on. I wanted to know, like, even though I have the final say, I want you guys to know that yes, you guys are equal. I don't know if women make y'all feel like that, but yes, women. I mean, men deserve as much of a voice as women do. Just
I
because
agree.
we make the
I wouldn't say
final.
as much as.
Tabby want me go
it's
inside
not
the
like
cupboard,
we're-
throw all the dishes, cross the glass, break the
It's
door
not like
down.
we're detaching the emotion from it. We just understand
reality.
the position that
Yeah.
we're
The
in.
reality of it.
Right? We just know how this is going to play out, whether or not how our wants aligns with what the mother wants. We know how this is going to play out, and whether or not we super
And
mad
that's
about
what,
it
but
or chill about
that's
it.
why I'm asking. Even though you know, I want the actual emotions behind it. It's yet, oh, I know,
But does the
I
emotion
know, but
change
like I want to hear. I
decision.
want men to know that they have a voice, like they have a space to talk about these things. It's not just, oh, I'm just gonna deal with the hand that I'm dealt. I want to hear, like, you would imagine going to your damn therapist. Oh, this happened. Whatever. I can just live with it. No, nigga, I want to hear what actually going on inside here.
I can scream.
My
We're not
actual
saying that we're
therapist
not
would be
gonna-
insulted
I probably can
because it's
leave.
not
I
my
can probably
therapy
like
session.
scream somewhere. I can cry. But then it could be like a couple days can pass and be like, boy, I've been doing this. I guess like from the masculine or from the men perspective in life, it's like, dog, you have to take it on the chin. You like just be like, boy. that
You
was
know how
sad. I
much
can
shit you
cry.
have to take
We
on the
talk-
chin as a man,
That's
bro?
what I'm
Like,
saying. It's
That's
unfair.
one more
It's
thing added to the
unfair.
But I'm
list.
trying to say, like, what is the appropriate reaction?
Yeah,
What
there-
is
there
the
is
appropriate
none.
reaction?
That's why we feel like men are so like emotionally, what is it called? Emotionally
Crippled.
crippled or like emotion.
We're not
And
saying
that-
that we're not going to
React,
express
you
how
know.
we
Like if y'all had asked me this question, me as a woman, I would have give y'all 33 reasons why or something. But like y'all just they're like, oh, this is a handbread dealt.
You know
okay.
why they feel that way too? what in reality that they actually can do if the woman decides not to have this abortion.
And the thing is, I
other than going
understand
to
that.
court, but I'm saying you
She
want them
coulda gone to do what?
to say,
You want me cry?
say
that I, okay,
something, but what
Nobody
what
can cry
changes?
for us.
There's nothing changes.
Nobody
And I
can
think
cry
that's
for
what
us.
they're more relying
What I
on.
tryna-
and basing
What I'm
it-
trying to express to you is, regardless of what happened, I understand. Ain't nothing can change. So I could freak
Yeah.
out in front of you, but I know in the long run, like I could give you all this emotion, but I trying to show you I understand like the end goal of that. I
So
wasn't
save
telling
your
you.
breath.
I wasn't telling you I ain't gonna cry, I ain't gonna freak out, I ain't gonna do X, Y, and Z. I just let you know after all that, I know for sure doing all this ain't gonna change nothing. It's just like after that finishes, like you know, you just go. This is like the stages of grief, whatever. Acceptance. I can go through all that, but I trying to show you like I just jump into acceptance. Like I let you know at the end of that, it can be acceptance. They be like, I can't do shit. I can't do shit.
Yeah.
Dead. Like,
And I think most men have that same mindset about it because they can't do anything when the woman makes a mind up.
It's like you're going through a maze, but there's really only one exit.
Yeah.
Like,
So, I mean, I guess it's safe to say here that everybody believes in abortion.
I do.
I feel like we should all have a choice.
I believe in
Everyone
the right
hits
to choose.
different
Pro-life.
stages of their lives. Like, we
Like
should all have
being
a
honest.
What'd
choice.
you say?
I'm pro-life.
Right? That's cool.
That's
your-
fine.
I mean, listen.
Yeah, that's cool.
I wasn't.
That's fair.
I mean, okay, so
Go for it, man.
Thought you were an ally.
Bro.
Wait.
Okay, I could be pro-life, but like we said, when I have to step into those shoes, that's my real life that's being affected. Overall, I don't think people should be dying. Like people should be denied the opportunity to live, right? But it's
especially
just
based
like-
on your careless
Yeah.
behavior. So I've seen a lot of situations where people do things and are just being careless, and then they end up pregnant, and they're just abortion after like
body tired.
like they just, and they could be causing a lot of body issues for themselves in the long run. When they do decide that they do want to have a child, they probably won't be able to. But like, it's a serious thing. You are like, that's a life, right? So if you want to go and do whatever it is that you're doing, pregnancy is a consequence of your actions. You have to reach a point where, okay, so I have to deal with my consequence, or actually mature enough to be like, okay, well then if it happened once, this is my situation. I can't take care of it now. Okay, so I've decided to abort it. But you at least have to reach a point where I'm not going to do it again. I've seen females abort 1, 2, 3, 4 times.
And
like,
that kind of begs the question. Hold on, Tabby. Like, y'all think like our pairs really get the gravity or like the severeness, the intensity of like abortions or like what they doing?
No.
Like, you think it weighs on their conscience?
I don't think a lot
And
of
that's why I was about to stop you when you were saying that this is a life, because there are a lot of people who will challenge you to say that is not a life. Like, just because the whole thing of people who are pro-choice, they don't believe that life begins at conception. So that they feel like up until a certain point, it's just an embryo, it's just a fetus, it's not necessarily life. So I'm saying what you're saying could be viewed as controversial. That's why people do get abortions, because this doesn't mean anything to me. It's a fetus at this point. It's a thing that I don't want, therefore I am aborting it. I'm not looking at it as me murdering something else. That's why people are very touchy when it comes to it, because if you're saying that this is a life, you're making it seem like now because I got an abortion, I'm a murderer. I literally killed a child. Like, don't say that about me. I'm saying what people say. I'm not saying this is what I.
Child killer.
So to answer Wade's question, if we feel like people, our pairs don't grasp the whole concept of how it affects our body and all of that, I would say no, some of them don't, because I used to have irregular periods for years and I never thought anything of it. Went to the doctor, found out PCOS is a thing. And a lot of people my age do not even know what PCOS is. So it's polycystic ovarian syndrome. 1 in 4 women suffer from that. That's kind of a lot.
25%.
So when you think about it like that, that limits your chances of even having children naturally. And then when you go and you put an abortion on top of that, that then down. So no, our parents do not really know how that works.
Can't all get that though. I mean, they can't all get that. Do you
That's
understand the gravity of raising one child? We just had a whole
Yeah,
discussion
I
on
get
daddy
that.
issues, mother issues, the things that they're going through into this world. But if you feel as
So-
though you can't have one child, I can understand that. If you still even feel like after the fourth time you're like, bro, I still ain't ready for a child, I could understand
No,
that.
and that's where
Do
the
what you gotta
choice
do.
comes into play.
Yeah, a little bit irresponsible. If this
That's
is the
what I was
fourth
saying. You should be a little bit more
Bro,
responsible in
Bro,
knowing that I'm
how much
not ready.
times- How many mistakes you made in your life? I even added to this, but I just say how much mistakes you made that you probably didn't catch the first time. It's like people grow differently, bro. I just saying you might just not be ready. That just might not be the time. Some people say
There
"Well,
are
you never
other
know it's the
methods
time."
though. Like you
Wow.
don't have to be out here
It's the great ethical dilemma.
whooping all them babies and abortions out. Like, come on. You get condoms, you
Okay,
get
guys,
Yeah.
let's not turn this into
I
an
mean,
abortion
but
shaming
we
episode.
are right. It is a result of carelessness, right? But like
I'm just saying because how he was
framing
like
what Toad
1 and
said,
3, 4, and
like
5.
it's pretty deep. Like,
Time
are you
bomb.
gonna take a life or like raise one and nurture one?
Oh
That's,
my
like,
God!
really
Don't
what-
say that. Don't say, "Are you gonna take a life or raise one?"
But-
Don't
It's the reality of
don't
preventing
do
one.
that.
That's what I'm trying to say.
or raise one terribly.
Like that's the whole
Let's,
argument.
let's put the terribly there
Yeah,
because
like
that's very important.
You have the option to either like I don't bring this
Wow.
into the world, like ruin this child's life when I bring it into the world.
I mean, going back to that question and saying like our generation, I feel like our generation, we don't necessarily look at it as the not grasping the severity of it. I think it's more that we are embracing that we do have choices. We do have options out here. Things are not back in the days where if you get pregnant, you have to go and marry the man who made you pregnant and all of that stuff. Like we have, especially women, we have evolved to being like to having autonomy over ourselves. So we can say, even though it is a baby, even though it is a life to some people, I don't want it though. I don't want this life. I have the option to say I don't want a baby. So don't look at me as a murderer. Don't look at me as less of a woman. Don't look at me as like less than because I don't want to grasp this aspect of what you consider a woman to be. Just because I don't want to be a mother doesn't necessarily make me like a killer.
We're not saying that it's
Saying that-
making you less of a mother or less than a woman or they're judging. We're just saying that some people actually literally do not know.
They don't acknowledge it.
Yeah,
they don't
like-
even realize it's an ethical dilemma.
I'm not saying that they
And
shouldn't
yeah,
have
like,
choices.
abortion does give people an out that they didn't have before. So I mean, we could look at it as two halves of the whatever. We could look at it as now we have less terrible mothers out there because abortion is an option. Or now we have kids who are just killing kids for no reason, like
Also-
just flagrantly killing
the fetus.
the
Also,
fetus for no reason.
I on your side too,
Massacre.
right? But on the devil's advocate thing, you could just give the child for adoption. But then
I
the problem,
have-
but then the problem with that is a lot of people ain't getting away with it.
Bro, I am not even a woman. There's no way I'm carrying a baby for 9 months and
I-
just be like, yeah, bro, you could have this. no, that's
No,
What?
because if
That's
that
not
was
happening.
What?
if that
Attachment G, I can't even get rid of shoes that I like.
Something wrong.
Like, no, I'm not
no,
giving up
because
the baby.
guess what? That's not even a valid argument anymore because I now have to put my body through 9 months of carrying a child that I don't want. I have to go through cramps. I have to go through all these things that pregnancy brings about. I have to go through irregular periods. I have to go through all of these things for something that I don't even really want in the end, just so I don't look like a murderer.
Should have kept your legs closed. Comedy style.
Come on, guys.
Nah, abortion. I mean,
Views
say
and
abortion.
opinions.
Adoption is not the answer to abortion, guys, at all.
It
So
could
that's
be.
the difference.
It
That's
could
not
be.
fair.
Well,
It could be.
No, because I'm
The reason
saying
that
that
you do-
because it's not fair to the woman. It's not fair to the woman to say that, oh, if you don't want it, just give it up for adoption. No, you ain't taking into the fact that I'm not a monster. Of course, if I'm growing something in I'm speaking from my end. If I'm growing something in my stomach for 9 months, chances are I'm gonna love it. So now I'm forced into to being a mother. When I didn't want.
Chances are. Chances are.
Chances are I'm
probability.
gonna love it. I'm now forced into this life, even though I didn't want my baby. Of course, I'm gonna love it because it's of my own flesh and blood. And now motherhood is forced upon me when I didn't even want this for my life. Therefore, I'm resenting my child, and I don't want these things. Adoption is not the answer to abortion. That's my.
It's not an answer. It could be an option.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like because they run into that moral dilemma as you're explaining, where they feel like they have to have the child, and then even if they do give the child, because you're thinking that you want a better life with a child and you think, okay, I'm going to give them up for adoption because I can't provide for them. But that doesn't necessarily guarantee that they're going to have a better life because
foster
the
home,
foster care thing, that
jumping
could
in
result in
foster
a lot
home,
of problems. They could
home
be
to home.
back and forth
Gang
between
violence.
different foster homes and that kind of thing. The parents
Get
that they
kidnapped.
have
I gotta go through
may not be the
postpartum
right parents for
depression,
them.
and especially now that I gave up my baby, like it's not an answer. Like I feel like even adoption is worse than adoption because I now
Adoption is worse than adoption. Oh
yes,
no!
yes. I mean, in my
Wait till Angelina Jolie hears this.
in my case, adoption is worse than abortion because I now have to watch somebody else give love on my baby. I can't
You
have
don't
a.
have to watch them.
I
No,
mean,
you're just saying.
What you
I
mean?
feel
You don't have to watch them. You can.
Please made that the title. Just put I should grade it down.
Bro, you could not see that child for the next
There have been.
I can't have a say in this person who I literally brought life into the world. And
So-
I feel like that is a whole messed up option. Like I couldn't
No daddies for you.
I couldn't
Now you know how we
think that
feel.
I couldn't think that adoption would be better than abortion for me because it's like I'm a very selfish person. So to think that I have to now go and raise somebody else, I have to now birth somebody else's child and all of that. So it's crazy to me. I don't feel like I don't know. I completely lost my train of thought just now.
yeah. Shout out abortion. Women
Shout
need
out
abortion.
abortion.
Yeah,
Planned Parenthood if you want to sponsor me.
exactly. Anyway, I just think abortion is necessary because there's very special cases. I don't want to get into it because it's kind of gruesome, but like criminal cases. Let's put it like that.
Yeah.
Well,
Certain situations where
women deserve to have that choice. Like,
Right.
she shouldn't be forced to. Like, she didn't have a choice in any other part of
Is
it.
that,
So, yeah.
I don't want, but
Okay, Tabitha.
no, you
wanna know
said
what
it.
I'm
You
talking
said
about?
it just now. Of course, I know what you're saying. You saying women deserve to have that choice in that scenario.
Yeah.
I feel like women deserve to have that choice in any scenario.
I
I wouldn't necessarily need to have that happen to me in order to say
Right.
my
I don't think anybody's
abortion
taking
is
away.
justified.
I don't think anyone's taking away the choice. I think you do get the choice no matter the situation.
Yeah. Don't say that's the reason why you deserve a choice. You deserve a choice anyway.